The maid licks the chopsticks and thinks to herself, no matter how rich you become, you will ultimately have to eat my leftovers. She then calls out to everyone for dinner. The mistress of the house asks, Dee Dee, did you make the egg halwa for the child today? The maid replies, I will go and get it right now. After tasting and spoiling the food, the maid says, this cake is very delicious, try a piece. But the child refuses, saying, no, I don't want it. Observing her, the mistress points out, there are still oil stains and dirt on your hands. You haven't even washed them. She then reminds the mistress that she had once saved her mother's life. Favors aside, hygiene is absolutely necessary for a child's health. However, the mistress's husband sides with the maid, arguing, she has come from a village. She will learn gradually. Later, the maid threatens the child, saying that if she doesn't eat her food, her parents will abandon her. When the child still refuses to eat, the maid raises her hand to strike her. The mistress stops her just in time and says, you cannot do this. The maid defends her actions, saying, this is exactly how it happens where I come from. A child becomes obedient only when beaten. Enraged. Alright, I am forgiving you this time, but if this happens next time, you will leave this house immediately. The moment the mistress leaves, the maid shows her true colors. Possessed by deep hatred for her employer, she decides to ruin the mistress's face by dipping her face towel into the toilet water before hanging it back up. Later, as she is pouring dirty mop water into the mistress's cup, the child walks in and asks, why are you making mom's cup dirty? The maid quickly starts making excuses. Right at that moment, the mistress walks in unexpectedly and asks, why is my cup lying down here? The maid lies, it got dirty, so I thought I should wash it. The mistress replies coldly, in the future, you don't need to trouble yourself with my personal matters. Just do your own job well. That is more than enough. The mistress then informs the child, dear, I have to go out with your father for 3 days. Please take care of yourself. In the next scene, the maid is seen trying on the mistress's makeup and jewelry, talking to herself in the mirror. If the mistress's husband saw me like this, he would fall head over heels for me. Shortly after, she invites her friends from the village to the house. Astounded by the luxury, her friends remark, you have really become so rich, living in such a huge house. The maid boasts, this is all thanks to my man's kindness. Meanwhile, the child begins to feel very sick and begs for water. When the maid's friends ask about her, the maid lies, claiming she's just a colleague's child, and harshly drives the sick girl away. Distressed, the child cries and calls her mother. Hearing her daughter cry, the mother panics and decides to return home immediately. Soon after, the child happens to overhear the maid's scheming conversations and confronts her, saying that she will tell her mother the absolute truth about her betrayal. Terrified of being exposed, the maid grabs the child and begins to beat her. But right at that moment, the mother's voice echoes through the house, and the child breaks free, running frantically toward her mom.